Welcome back to Chow Time Pod. It's your host, Red. I got a video today from Manhood. Western women are panicking as men find love overseas. Passport bros are succeeding. Please like a strap down below. I really appreciate that. Let's get to that chow. It's chow time.
The passport bro movement in America exists because men in America, they lack motivation, they're mediocre.
I can actually agree with this. Men in America do lack no motivation, but it's the lack of women as option is part of that motivation. Remember back in the day, men just had to do what you had to do, and you were pretty much kind of somewhat guaranteed, not guaranteed, but you had very good chances of starting a family, having a wife, and having kids. That was most men's dreams, is to do those things. And as society progressed to where women don't want those things, men still want these things. They just don't see themselves getting it. So they just lost that one of their purposes is to start a family. So hopefully passport bros is what comes back and makes it so these men still want to start families again, just not with you ladies.
And women in America have to work.
When did American women just start repeating the same thing men have said about them and calling it fact?
Right? That's what we've been saying sometimes.
It doesn't make sense to me. It makes you look silly. It makes you look desperate. It makes you look stupid, actually. The thing is that the reason passport brothers exist is because they are done with American women. They want nothing to do with them anymore. That's the only reason they exist. Not because they're weak, not because it takes more money, not because y'all are more hard to manage. It's just because we're done. We don't want to deal with you anymore. We found the better quality of women. And if you have traveled the world and you had any money, you would know that people around the world are just as good as the American people. And
No, they are better in most cases than American people, from what I've seen myself. Culture, how nice they are, how they treat others, the respect level that they have for everyone.
you're racist. And you always have been. Every time you say anything about these women in other countries being lesser than you, they're better than you. You just proved it.
So I married a Japanese woman. She's absolutely awesome. Let me tell you a little story. For around 10 years, I was dating around in the West. A number of terrible relationships full of shit testing, shit talking, downright emotional abuse, really. My heart completely shut. I just couldn't open up to anyone anymore. Then I went to Japan, and within 3 months, I met my wife. She was just so caring,
Cute.
so supportive. She genuinely wished for me to feel happy. She was the one who finally managed to unlock my heart. I fell for her. I don't want
Can you guys even think in your head of any of the women you guys have ever been with that genuinely wanted you to be happy? Can you guys think of women in your freaking history that was genuinely wanting you to be happy? Because I can almost say none of you guys have experienced that. Almost none.
wonder at all why hashtag passport bros exist.
These Western women keep calling the passport bro movement a trend. A trend? It's been going on since World War II. These women are panicking because Western men want nothing to do with them, so they start shaming these bros for getting a passport.
It's one of the longest lasting trends out there. That's for sure.
Passport bros say Western women are toxic, too fat, and not feminine or traditional enough for their liking. They want submissive women who won't talk back to them or have opinions different from theirs. They want breakfast, lunch, and dinner made for them daily and sex on demand, and they think they are owed that even though they bring nothing to a relationship except money. No personality, no respect, no idea how to pleasure a woman, and no interest in learning, nada. These
Whoa. I think most men are super willing to impress or willing to please a woman in bed. They just don't know how. If you're willing to teach the men, most men are like, oh yeah, what, do it this way? Yeah, you got it. Most men are gonna be okay with it.
Western passport bro types don't see that they are even worse than the Western women they are criticizing. A lot of cultures in the West, especially in the United States, might be a complete toxic shit show. But at least Western women are not going in droves to less developed countries trying to buy financially struggling men to be their servants and talking about them as if they are not actual human beings.
Whoa, we talk about foreign women as if they're not human beings? We put these foreign women on higher pedestals than we do you women here. What the fuck are you guys talking about?
But more like they're an object to be picked up at a store or an employee they are hiring. These guys are trying to buy their way through courtship or developing a relationship with a woman based on mutual respect. They want to skip all that and use their financial advantage.
Yeah, mutual respect. Most women in the West don't respect men in general, period. Like, the way they speak, the way they act, they couldn't care less about what men do or men think about them.
To attract women who are desperate to get out of undesirable situations. Not surprisingly, most of these countries they are going to find bangmaids in are super misogynistic and have oppressed women into the traditional roles these guys think are so great. If you are one of these passport bro types, you should be deeply ashamed of yourself because you clearly think women are objects to be bought instead of human beings. If you can't find a woman in your own country of millions of people, and you basically have to pay someone to be your partner, the problem is definitely you.
I remember reading
You're requiring, Western women are requiring partners to pay to be with them. Are you not realizing that, lady? We don't want to pay to be with someone. That's not how a relationship works. We want that person to want to be with us too.
an article about women going from the West to South Korea to find a husband because of how popular culture presents Koreans. When a woman does it, Stella is just getting her groove back.
Right?
Yay, you go girl. A man does it, and he's tagged a predator. I knew a guy 15 years ago who went to the Philippines to marry. He had terrible luck in the United States since he was just an average, short, nondescript guy. She was very attractive, young, educated, and spoke perfect English. He took a lot of criticism, especially from women, about all the same assumptions. Green card, gold digger. He was a sex tourist. He ignored it all as he was completely in love
As
and
he
treated her
should.
like a queen. A couple of months ago, I stumbled across his Facebook profile. They are still happily married, and he looks fantastic. His marriage has lasted twice as long so far as mine did to an American woman. Men are going out of the country to find wives.
You know, it sucks when you see other people's marriages more successful than yours, but they did it right, as in, he did be a passport bro. I have examples of this like in my face all the time. All my cousins. A lot of my male cousins married women from Cambodia and they brought them over here. They're all still married now. They're all flourishing now. They all do well. And all these women are very loyal and very good women. I have these examples and these are true passport bros because they're bringing the women back. But which is fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. We just don't suggest it because the likelihood of them being acclimated over here is very high. Again, for our family, we have family businesses. We have family things that are very kind of overarching on our family. So when a woman comes, she works at our family shops. She works with us. She works with family and all the Cambodian community. She doesn't really meet too many Americans overall. So it's a little bit different.
Because they've lost hope with the women here. White men have been doing it since forever. Passport bros is a more recent thing, primarily dealing with black men who are tired of their options among American black women. I don't blame them one bit,
Nope,
honestly.
I
I'm
don't.
tired of all races of American women.
Same.
100% of my friends who moved abroad.
I love Asian women. It's probably my most preferred race. I was married to an Asian woman. I still look for Asian women now. It's so different in my culture with women than it is with other cultures. But even women in my culture nowadays look at them. From what I've seen, a lot of the women in my culture are almost the embodiment of the women in the black culture. Like the louder ones, the ones that are, they're pretty much the spitting image of the women in the black culture. How their attitude is, the way they dress, the way they feel entitled about things. It's growing. I'm not saying it's not to the same level, but it is growing demographic in America. I would say the ABGs, the American baby girls, are very similar to like the modern woman.
Ostensibly for work, but they were perpetually dissatisfied with dating in the United States. Got married, and appear to have stable, loving relationships with their wives. 2 taught English in Korea and brought home Korean wives. 1 worked as an expat in HK and brought home a Dutch wife. One taught English in mainland China and brought home a Chinese wife. One went to the Philippines on a mission trip, usual evangelical bullshit, and brought home a Filipino wife. They did long distance first. Good thing he's in STEM because flights aren't cheap. All of these guys are objectively average to good-looking Caucasians, BMI under 24, not skinny fat, 6 feet tall.
Whoa, BMI under 24 is still high-ass BMI. Holy shit. I'm like 12 and I still feel fat.
Graduate school degrees. In the United States, they could pull obese train wrecks for a one-night stand if they really put in the time. Overseas, they were rock stars, capable of dating multiple attractive women at once and receiving a surplus of attention and affection. And yet they chose healthy marriages. In a world that is getting increasingly smaller, if your values align with the culture of another country more than the one you currently reside in, then there should be zero judgment if you decide to uproot and move to where you prosper. If you are a Western man and you want to go to South Asia and marry a woman who is more traditional than the women you date in America, United Kingdom, or Europe, then I have absolutely no issue with it.
Nope.
People, mostly Western women, have observed this and concluded that these emigrating men must be doing this for some malicious gain, such as marrying an underage woman or a woman that they can abuse. Both of these assumptions have been proven to be completely false, and it is an awful conclusion to make about the average passport.
It really is. This is why I always want to, we have to create our own narrative. Don't let these women create the narrative of passport bros in the main media. That's why I push for it. We aren't bad guys. We are just normal guys that want a nice relationship with nice women. And we're going to go anywhere that has the abundance of these women. That's it. That's it.
Bro who has given up finding love in the West. Why shouldn't they try elsewhere? She could do it too if she wanted, and men wouldn't judge.
Yep, not judging. Just give you warnings. It's not going to be the same. And don't complain about, all the bad things that happen to you, because it's same things that happen to men, but men don't bitch about it. We just take it as a loss and move on.
As I said earlier, I don't have a problem with passport bros and respect what they're doing. They're simply getting the better deal and seeking women who want them. One thing that people miss about the passport bros is their status overseas. As an American, you're going to be high status. Women will treat you as if you're making 6 figures plus. Women overseas are a great option to find more traditional values. I know people will say that they only want them for their money, but surprisingly, all women want security. They all seek resources from men. At least, overseas, you get more benefits and the women actually like you.
And that's the difference. The benefits. Imagine you paying $100,000 to get a fucking Pinto, but you could pay $100,000 and you get fucking a Rolls Royce plus the mansion plus the girl and everything else. What would you choose?
One of my uncles would be considered a passport bro. He's been married for a while now to his Filipina, and they have multiple kids. They move between the Philippines and the United States. I do find it funny when women in the West mention women overseas. It's nothing but hate. They say these foreign women are dumb, poor, have low IQ, can't read, only want money, and insert...
I just think it's funny when they say these things, but when you look in the U.S. and you look at all hospitals and things, and you look at all the nurses, most of them are Asian or Filipino nurses. If women here that are from the Philippines, and a lot of them came from the Philippines to be nurses here, but yet women still seem to think they're super uneducated and impoverished over there, when the U.S. itself is contracting as many Filipinos nurses to come over to the United States as possible because we are lacking nurses. But they're just uneducated, dusty, impoverished ladies, though.
100 other insults. It's nothing but an attempt to shame men to stay on the plantation. They shame black men. They say, don't go overseas to women who are kind, feminine, cook, bring peace, beautiful, and make your life easy. Stay in the United States where, for most guys, their wives don't really like them.
Nope.
These Western wives simply settled for them once their biological clock started ticking. Western women need to stop calling these passport bros sexpats. Yes. No shit. Men travel for sex. Oh, you're going to a club? Congratulations, you're damn near a sexpat.
He's right. He's right.
Going to visit a girl in a different city? Congratulations, you're a sexpat. If the drive for sex wasn't there, dudes wouldn't be going on dates in general. Let's keep things 100. Anyway, that's all for today on Manhood. Remember to smash the like and subscribe buttons. And also, click on the notification bell to be the first to know when I drop a new video. If you find value,
Shout outs to Manhood, always supporting the Passport Bros, making wonderful content with the Passport Bros. I would 100% agree. Like he has hit wonderful points in this video, more than I need to say. So, again, I tell you guys, don't take my advice, don't take his advice, don't take everything face value. Take it in, do your research, do your thing, and make sure this is what you want. And if it's what you want, work for it, guys. Work for it. You know, save money, look for a better job, or whatever it is you want to do to push yourself into the lifestyle you want to live. Please like and subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. And I'll catch you guys next time. Ciao.